Hey guys, Peter here to do an album review. Today I'm here to tell you all about the latest album from Exhorder, Mourn the Southern Skies, out September 20th on Nuclear Blast. This album has 10 tracks, 53 minutes in length, and this is the band's third full-length album. First album in 27 years. The band broke up in 1993. So incredible. I don't think anybody ever thought that these guys were going to get back together. Well, they did, and now they have a new record. A new record that, in my opinion, really picks up where the last one left off. It doesn't really feel like these guys have taken a 27-year break. It feels more like they took a 27-month break. This album really plays out as a sledgehammer going through a china shop. It is relentless. It is heavy. It has power. It has groove. It's just a very powerful overall record. The structure of the album is very concise. Pretty much where you get from the first song, you're going to get all the way through. It just feels very robust. It feels thick. It feels unforgiving. It really plows through track after track. This is an album that just gains momentum from the first song all the way to the last song. It just has a lot of movement. It has a lot of thickness. It has a lot of heaviness to it. It really offers, in my opinion, the perfect blend of thrash metal with groove metal, with a lot of hints of southern sludge metal. I just feel like the album, as it progresses, it gets a little bit sludgier as you get through it, still remaining very thrashy, very groovy. Those are the two main condiments, if you will, in the recipe of this record. But I really feel, listening to it, that there's a little bit of sludge, and that progresses more and more as you get deeper into the record. This, to me, plays out as the perfect musical recipe for this band, because this is their sound. They were able to create a record that had a throwback sound without feeling dated. In my opinion, very important. You really want to attract a new audience. This record will definitely do that. And it's a record that, while having roots in the past, is not an album that sounds like it was made in 1994. It sounds fresh. It sounds invigorating. It sounds brand new, but it still has those roots in the past. Now, lyrically, I felt this record really matched the aggression, the intensity that it had musically. So it's very well put together from that perspective. It's a record that is really well balanced between the music side of things and then the lyrical side of things. Both come with a lot of aggression, with a lot of emotion, with a lot of relentlessness, which, in my opinion, is really a trademark of this band. So it's not surprising that they put out a record that has these kind of characteristics. It's just normal for them. It's just that it kind of caught me off guard, because like I said before, they hadn't put out anything in 27 years, so I wasn't really sure where they were going to go with their sound. But I'm glad that they kept their roots. They kept what made them good back in the day, and then they just gave it a brand new facelift and put out a record now in 2019 that feels absolutely unforgiving. That's the best way to describe the sound, the music, the lyrics on this record. Unforgiving. Overall, I feel like this is a very strong record that answers definitely a question, which is, can these guys still do it? Can these guys still deal some cards in the world of heavy metal? To me, the answer is obvious. The answer is yes. This album proves that this band, while perhaps dormant for a very long period of time, still has something to say in the world of heavy metal, and I'm glad they're putting out this record. Now, questions will arise, which in most will be, will this be it? Will this just be the springboard that will allow the band to continue to put out records on a more regular basis, and not just doing this one-off and now having another hiatus of perhaps 10 years or 5 years or something like that? I really hope that this album shows to them and shows to the fans that this band, it is a strong band and has a place in today's metal world. I felt that way listening to this record, because in my opinion, there's not a lot of bands putting out a sound as aggressive, as relentless, as groovy, as thrashy, and then with those sludge elements into it in today's modern metal world. There's just not many bands putting out this kind of sound, with this kind of feel, with this kind of southern vibe. It's just they're becoming less and less in today's market. So I'm glad that these guys were able to pull out a record like this strong, after 27 years. I know a lot of people are going to be excited to check it out and listen to it, because it's been a long time. But I'm really happy with the results. I think this album is really going to springboard the band into a very promising career, a career that perhaps has been on hold for too long. Now, as far as favorite songs are concerned, I'm going to start with Beware the Wolf. The opening riff on this song is pretty much pedal to the metal. It has a great thrashy riff and it's a pretty much thrashy bass song. It's a thrash metal bass song. It has aggression in the music, and the aggression in the music is definitely matched by the aggression in the vocals. The two are a perfect combo. They never slow down. It's a song that never slows down, even when it gets to the chorus. The verses and the chorus are blended perfectly well throughout this track. It never seems to have a drop at any point in time. The solos really stretched out. They really stretch the song as well. They really give it a sense of continuation. It works almost as a bridge. It breaks the tempo a little bit, but never breaks the aggression of the track. It finishes again with the verses and chorus. It's an absolute banger of a track. I love this song, Beware the Wolf, one of the more powerful and relentless songs on this record. Next is All She Wrote. This one is a bit more groovy than Beware the Wolf. This one has a lot more groove metal in it, still has a great tempo, great momentum, a song that really carries itself forward. It has a clear break. This one has a very clear break between the verses and the chorus. It really pumps the brakes a little bit on the aggression, on the intensity when it comes to the chorus. It doesn't do it so much, it's very slightly, but it does pump the brakes a little bit. It has an old school solo that plays with the main riff playing in the background. This is something they do very well. They use the main riff of the song in the background and put the solo on top of it. It really adds thickness to the solo. It adds a sense of purpose, and then it adds melody to the overall song structure. So I really like what they did that. This song really pushes itself forward, specifically as it comes off the solo. Last but not least, Arms of Men. A more methodic, a more heavy groove song, almost a more sludgier song, if you will. It has a lot of sludge condiments to it, so it allows itself to be one of those songs that feels like it's just dragging. It feels like you're dragging a dead body through a living room, if you will. It has all of those elements in it. It remains that way all the way through. It's a song that really blends well. Similar to Beware the Wolf, but Beware the Wolf was a lot more relentless. It had a lot more aggression. It had a lot more moving forward moment pieces to it. This one is a lot slower, but having said that, it merges really well the verses and the chorus. In this song, perhaps even better than Beware the Wolf, because you really don't feel a break in anything whatsoever. The only thing that changes obviously is the vocals because of the lyrics of the chorus, but nothing else really seems to change when you go from the verses to the chorus in this song. Almost seamless. Even the solo has the same feeling, that same sludge feeling of dragging a dead body. It adds melody to the song. It has a heavy dose of grooviness to it, but it has that slow momentum kind of feel. So this is a song that keeps that same momentum all the way through, from the beginning all the way through the end, even through the song. I really like that approach. I really like that feel. I like the fact that the solo kept that same momentum all the way through. It didn't change it. It didn't give it a different dynamic. It didn't break the song into two separate parts. That to me was really important for a track like this. For the feel that it has, when you add that grooviness with that sludge, you really need to keep that same momentum all the way through in order to carry that same emotion that the lyrics have all the way through the song. Alright guys, this is it for me. This is Exhorder, Mourn, The Southern Skies, once again out September 20th. Let me know your thoughts on the band, on the album. Use the comment section below. I'll be reading those and getting back to you. Take care guys.